Hope everybody's had a good week so far.
Yep.
All I can say is that we get more and more excited as we start going through more parts of the Complan 2.0. And we've been watching a lot of the clips by Emily. I don't know if you noticed during the course of the week, I've been putting a lot of the clips from the Super Saturday that was in Dallas on the 7th of June. And we were just finishing watching Mark Hernandez while we were having dinner. And, anybody that hasn't watched Mark Hernandez, that guy is just so inspirational, so motivational. He's like completely out there. And, every time when I watch Mark with the most highest level of respect, I think to myself, my goodness, if Mark can do this, we've got no excuse.
But
anybody can. He even says it. Yeah.
So if I can do it, anybody can. Beautiful to watch.
And it's just having fun. That is the most important thing. It's something that really stuck out. What Mark was saying is, in this industry, in the network marketing industry, there are so many companies. I don't know whether you guys know it or not. There are 6,000 network marketing companies on the planet, and 99% of them have all got Me Too products. They've all got Me Too. So you've got like 3,000 companies all doing vitamins. Then you've got like another 2,000 doing toothpaste and washing powder and all of that type of stuff. So everybody's all competing with each other head on head. And what Mark was saying on the training that we're watching tonight, he said, to have the product that we have in our hands right now, to have this baby, to have this X39 is the game changer in the industry. We all know because what this product is doing for people. I mean, we see the testimonies coming on the groups like nonstop, and the amount of messages. I was just on a Zoom call before getting onto this call. I get messages constantly of people just saying thank you.
Yeah.
Of people just saying thank you. Thank you for LifeWave. Thank you for David Schmidt. Thank you for giving us our life back. Thank you for giving me my life back. And that's what it's all about, is making a difference in this world. And what's so beautiful about this this industry, the network marketing industry that's been around for 136 years, is it's in its purest form of redistribution of wealth. So, instead of all of these shareholders and all the fat cats of these big companies all just making these big dividends and profits and all that type of thing, the money rather gets distributed back into the hands of many. And listening again to what Emily was saying, we were listening to that earlier on today, where Emily was saying that LifeWave pays the highest back to its brand partners than any other network marketing company in the industry.
Correct.
60% goes back into the hands of the people.
The people that are doing the work.
The people that are doing the work. But now, with Compensation Plan 2.0, what is more exciting than anything else is that people are going to be earning money right off the bat. And you know what? I mean, I've been through it a couple of times, and when I was doing the slide this afternoon, the first slide and the 2 or 3 slides after that, the penny only properly dropped for me. so guys,
every time we look at it deeper, there's something else that just gets us so excited, because this is just really going to change things.
And we've seen it a few times, and every time I see something new, and when that penny dropped for me today, and then I said to Lucinda, and when it dropped for me, I must be shouting on the other side of the office. I said, Lucinda, oh my goodness, I got so excited. Then Lucinda goes, what? Really? So she's getting all excited. And like I say, we've watched it a few times. So if you see something the first time, guys, and you kind of go, don't get it, don't worry. We had to even go through it a few times. And I think Zig Ziglar says sometimes you got to read or see something 5 times before it properly sinks in.
And we're only really going to know once the system can tell us, right? Once this robust back office computer generated calculation is going to come to life, that's when we're going to see how things really play out. Now it's just a question of, it's on paper, the designers created it, and we now have to learn it, apply it, and figure it out, so only once we see it, it's going to be real. So until then, we just get more and more excited every time.
Like I say, every Thursday, we're just going to do little bits here, little bits there. And I've got a bit creative today. You guys know me. I like my circles and pictures and diagrams and everything. And I actually got excited when I was putting this together. So I'm gonna go through it quite slowly and step by step, because I'm going to not only talk about the first 4 levels of Compensation Plan 2.0, but I'm also going to unpack the difference between what a uni-level structure looks like and binary, and how it actually all links and sticks together.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a couple of penny dropping moments when
Guys,
I show you this diagram. I really think you can enjoy it. Like I say, guys, it's work in progress. So the next version of me putting this together will be like the Compensation Plan 101 basics training that I did. So this is me just starting to string it all together. I'm taking from there plus what we got and just nabbing it together. So let me go to share screen. I don't need to do sound tonight. Nope. There we go.
Cool.
All right. And open. There we are. I just want to check and give me a thumbs up if you guys can see it. Ah, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Let me move this out the way. There we are. Okay, let's go to from the beginning. All right. So this slide over here is, one second, like that. There we are. This is the pathway, the success pathway that you guys have all seen right in the beginning. So, as I mentioned last week, we're going from 6 ranks to 12 ranks. But something that excited me even before that is the one before that. And guys, this is only what has dropped for me today, because I was going to start at 1-star manager and work down. And then I thought, hang on a second there. It says active brand partner, 55 points. So what does 55 PV mean? That means 55 point volume, as we know, for a brand partner to be active. So nothing has changed there. You still have to do 55 PV, which is the equivalent of an Ice Wave or an Aeon or a glutathione. It's even just one of the supplementary products. As long as you do 55 PV every 31 days, you are then seen by the back office as an active brand partner. And now you can start earning money immediately in the way of, as we know, we used to have your cycle bonuses kicking in, and then your 2 people on either side, they had to qualify for you to qualify to get the binary. Like I said, all of that falls away. So we're going from cycles to volume-based. But let me show you something over here. What it means is, by you just being active, anybody that you've personally signed up, so anybody that you personally signed up is a person that you spoke to, you prospected them, you gave them your link, and they signed up directly using your referral link. That means that they are your personal, which is your level 1.
Yeah,
correct. That means that they're on your level 1. They can't go anywhere else other than your level 1.
They're connected first to you.
Yeah. Always connected to you, but they can be lower down in the binary. But I'm going to show that to you now. But from a uni-level point of view, they'll always be connected to you, no matter what, because you signed them up with your link. So you'll always be connected. Now, if you look at this slide over here, level 1 bonus means 3% is what you will earn on any turnover that happens that your first level people are doing. When you are active, all you got to do is your 55 PV. Now look at this. Right, now this picture over here is pretty cool. Let me move this a little bit more out the way. Give me 1 second so you guys can see it. All right, this is a uni-level a view of your structure. So if you have a look at the little black one in the middle there, that means it's you. And what I've done is I've basically put your first level in one straight line. So if you sign up person number 1, there he is over there. Now, can you see the connection? Can you see? So here you are, and here's a little connector, which means that you will always be connected to the first person you signed up. You'll then be connected with this little arrow to the second person that you signed up, and the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, as we know, with LifeWave, we've got unlimited width. So you can sign up. So I'm just giving an idea here. If you've personally signed up 10 people, whether you've signed up 10 people in a month, whether you've done it in 6 months, whether you've done it in a year, that is irrelevant. Everybody goes at a different speed. Myself and Lucinda, we signed up our 76th person personally about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Our 76th person. So that's how many. So ours would go from 1 to number 76 if they were all in a straight line. And you think to yourself, wow, 76 people. Oh my goodness, how did you guys do 76 people? That is insane. It's only 2.1 people a month. 2.1. So sometimes we'll be reaching out to people, following up and that type of thing. And we might sign up like 4 people in a month, right? And then we'll go 3 months of not signing anybody up. But that is basically the average. And then from there, it obviously just starts to mushroom. So here I'm just giving you an idea from 1 to 10, okay? So I put a little red box around it. That means that these people that you personally signed up are on your first level. And they're your personals. And guess what's going to happen? You are going to earn 3% on the turnover done by every single personal person that you have signed up. So if you've got person number 1 and they've upgraded to a kit, they've gone from an advanced to a core to an advanced, or
purchase a maintenance kit.
Or purchase a maintenance kit, or
sleeves.
They've ordered, I don't know, say let's call it
a performance kit.
A performance bundle. Maybe they've bought a whole lot of stock. So that all just adds up. So all you've got to do is be active, and whatever happens there, you're going to be earning 3%. So that means that you're earning money right off the bat, where you don't have to worry about other people being qualified within a structure, because those structures fall away. And that means that you can earn money straight away being an active brand partner. Now, this is excluding the other pre-bonuses where we're talking about the product introductory bonus and that extra one that kicks in. What do you call it when you're signing people up? What's the one called again?
Business launch.
The business launch bonus.
Yeah.
This is excluding. This is on top of all that. Right, now this might freak your mind a little bit. Now you're thinking, oh, here we go. Now we've got that picture of that binary again. This is going to freak me out. Right, so the way it really works is, if on the back office, and I'm going to show you guys the links at the end where you can actually see the stuff in your back office. I'm going to hold this right to the end. I just want to get through the slides first. So in the previous slide, I showed you your first person, your second person, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So these are your personal people. Now, if we move over to the right-hand side, there's an imaginary invisible line down the middle. So really what you've got to look at it doing this. You've got your straight line, and it kind of at some point it just goes, boom. That's all it does. It just basically folds down like a washing machine, a washing line. It just goes like this, right? And what happens is you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now look on the right-hand side. So there's your person that you've signed up. They're still always connected to you. So these blue people are your personals. Your second person goes onto your right leg, but they will still be connected. Look at that straight line. The third person you sign up, you then move over to your left leg. Then the fourth person you sign up, you thought, hang on a second. I actually want to get a bit more volume going on that other leg. So you signed up 2 people in a row, which you can do.
Perhaps they know each other and you want to put them on the same side so that they can work together.
Because person number 3 and person number 4 might have been
the same tennis club,
same
golf,
church or something like that. So you want to sort of put them in the same leg. There we go. So you can do that. What I love about it is LifeWave gives you the control. They don't say you will put one left, one right, one left. this is your business. You decide where you want to put the people. Then the fifth person goes onto your right leg. Person number 6, you go, oh, okay, let's put him on the left leg. Person number 7 goes onto your right leg. Let's put number 8 on the right leg as well. And then we go left leg person number 9. And then person number 10 is on your right leg. So that's what it looks like where you've got your left leg and your right leg. And that means that obviously the spillover kicks in, which means that anybody that you sign up, they're going to benefit from that spillover running down. So I'm not going to talk too much about the waterfall and the spillover. I just wanted to show you graphically the difference between unilevel and a binary view structure. All right, so that's based on that. Now I'm going to go to the one-star manager. One-star manager is the first rank. And what is needed for that? When you hit, and this is the same as manager currently, the moment you become manager, it just means that your PV goes from 55 points to 110. So, I mean, you could do 2 X39s for a month, and that'll give you 154 points, right? Or if you want to, you can do an X39 for 77 points, and you can do an Aeon for 55 points. And an Aeon and an X39, that will give you 132 points, and then you sort it for the month. Now, also, don't forget, if you've done 132 points, there's still that difference of that 22 points. LifeWave doesn't take it away from you. LifeWave at the end takes that 22 points and just moves it very nicely into your weaker leg. So it helps actually build your weaker leg. So anything over that you required doesn't get taken away. LifeWave still gives it back to you, and they still put it in your weaker leg to actually help you.
At the end of that period. So
at
if
the
you
end of
order
that
today
31 period.
and you're over the 110, whatever the difference in there is will then show in a 31-day period.
Correct.
On the weaker leg. Yeah.
Then to be one-star manager, that means that your entire first level people and anybody that they possibly sign up as well. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's left leg, right leg, we're talking about cumulative, only needs to be 750 points. So if you work out 750 points, 10 X39s is 770 points.
Yeah.
That is cumulative of your entire structure. And that means that you'll be over that 750 point. And then what then happens is I'm now jumping to back to this slide on the level earnings. Because guess what happens when you one-star manager? Have a look at this slide. Look what happens. You know, just by being active, you're going to get 3%. But the moment your whole entire team has done 750 cumulative points, oh, and that's including your points as well.
Yes.
So if you're doing your 110, then it's like a little bit less because that gets added to the whole picture as well.
Everybody below.
You plus everybody. So it's actually a bit less. It becomes 5%. It becomes 5%. So that means everybody that you've personally signed up, and like I say, this is unlimited. You can have 5 people, 7 people, 15 people, 20 people. Some people I've been speaking to at a person earlier on today signed up 42 people in the last 3.5 months. So I'm just going like, wow, it makes me look like I'm looking for parking. Yeah. And that's all your first level, and you get 5%. Right, then we're going to move to the second rank, which is what we call 2-star manager. What is 2-star manager? That means that you're going to do a PV as normal, 110 PV, but your entire structure needs to do a volume turnover of 1,500 points. So that's like really about 18, probably about 18 to 19 X39s going throughout the whole structure.
And obviously, if you look at the kits value and the points there, then that can easily be rounded up.
Yeah,
right?
thanks for that reminder.
Because you're going to sign up people on kits.
Oh,
so
glad Lucinda brought that up. That's when people are even signing up as kits, because each kit carries a point value as well. So now we're not talking about the entire team. We're not talking about just your personal signups. It's the people they've signed up and they've signed up and they've signed up. So this is all cumulative, which can happen very, very quickly. And then what happens is when you become 2-star manager, guess what happens? At your first level now goes to 7%. And then level 2 opens up. Now, guys, now think of it this way. Think about the way it mushrooms out. You've got X amount of people on your first level, and everybody just starts to duplicate. You've normally got a lot more people on your second level. And you're thinking, 2%, that's such a small amount. Guys, when we're talking about the types of volumes and quantities of people, those little 2%, like Dr. Stacy was saying,
Yes,
turns into a lot.
and then they all add up. Right?
They all add up. So let me show you a diagram on that. So don't forget, the blue people are your personals. What do the red dots mean?
The red dots means the people that they've signed up.
Correct. There we go. So the blues are your people, and then the red people or the red dots are the ones that the blue people, your personals, have signed up. And that just starts to completely mushroom. Now, what then happens is you then get 7% on your first level and 2% on your second level. So that's what it looks like from a uni-level structure point of view. All right, then we're going to go to 3-star manager. Now, 3-star manager, still your PV remains the same, but then your entire structure needs to do 2,500 volume, overall volume, business volume, the 2,500 business volume. But now, what happens is you have to have one of the legs. And in other words, one person that you personally signed up, and they can have about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus their people they've signed up, plus their people they've signed up. One of the legs, so from your personal all the way down, one of them just have to do in their own capacity the minimum of 1,000. The rest of it is all cumulative. It's all cumulative. As long as you've got one leg that in its own right is doing 1,000 points. So that is 3-star manager. There we go.
And this is also, so you're touching on.
Oh, yeah. So what happens? Oh, yeah. So that's how you get there. Now, what happens when you get to 3-star manager? The level earnings bonus, number one, stays at 7%, but where you got the more people, it jumps from 2% to 3%.
Once again, it might just look like 1%, but it all adds up. And this is where you get more and more people.
Yep. So there we go, 7% and 3%.
And then just to touch on this, go one back, just so that they can see the level. So this is a beautiful way to help us encourage people. And now you can say to them, here's a tangible offer on the table. If you rank up to 1-star manager, you can now, instead of earning 3%, earn 5%. Or if you go to 2-star manager, then your second level open up, and you then, that equates to a total of 9% that you will be earning of all the sales that are coming into the business. The reason behind also, you guys can recall in our current ranks, there's quite a big jump from the one to the other. The reason why they've brought in the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star is to, and make it a little bit more easier to get to the next level. When you are then a 1-star manager, you are then just starting, you're still finding your feet, you've just beginning. And then if you rank up to 2-star manager, you're now nicely in the middle, and you're doing a little bit more, and you're understanding a bit more, and you help your team. And then you rank up to 3-star, and that opens more and more and more. So the chunks or the gaps are not so big. So it's more manageable, it's achievable. And this is really the thought behind why they did this with this 3 stars, just to also give insight on that.
I think it's very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Amazing.
All right.
And then obviously, like I said last week, there's all the little prizes and gifts that we will be receiving. And that's also, really nice for people to be recognized and see that they've accomplished something. The money is great, and we all love that. And helping people is even better. But it is nice to be rewarded for things you've done, receiving that certificate and the pin is something that I know we're also very proud of. It's just a small little token, but it goes a long way. So it's something to look forward to.
No, completely. Yeah. I agree with you. All right, then now we're gonna go to now. I'm taking you to the last rank tonight. So tonight, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this in bite-sized chunks for everybody. Because if I go through the whole lot, then everybody's gonna go, oh my goodness, there goes Chris talking Chinese again. So I thought, let me just keep it real. So I thought, let me just do it a lot slower, and I've done that. And I'm gonna take it up to we've covered 1-star manager, 2-star manager, 3-star manager. Now, this is when things really start to shift into that next gear. This is when you really start becoming active in the business. You know, starting to become a leader. You're getting the duplication going. You're starting to get a team going. You're plugging your people into the Zooms, the trainings, that type of thing. And this is when the momentum starts to kick in, and then that curve eventually starts to kick in. So let's jump into 1-star director. The PV stays exactly the same, 110 PV. Now you're going to have a volume of 5,000 points. So you can just take basically the patches, then work it out. And you know what's so amazing is something that I saw that Jackie just put a comment earlier on, which we said earning 9 streams of income. It's so different than that would be 9 people's different jobs to earn incomes separately. And we've always got to remember that network marketing is all about not a handful of people doing a lot of work. It's all about a lot of people, all cumulatively, all playing their part.
Yeah.
And it just keeps that engine ticking over and keeps those gears churning. And that's what it's all about is one person at a time, helping one person, one patch at a time. So 5,000 points. Now, the way that works is you've got to have 2,500 points on the one leg and 2,500 points on the other leg. So this is where the binary properly kicks in. So up until 1-star director, binary doesn't really mean much from an earning point of view. So it doesn't really matter whether the person's left, right. But the healthy way to build the business is to build a balanced business, left, right. And then, the only time that I would say stop it from going one left, one right, one left, one right is if you suddenly got a leg that's kind of going bananas, going through the roof, then you're kind of going, wow, to balance it, switch over to your other leg and then go to 2 people on that leg, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1. So you're kind of trying to get it a bit more balanced. So that's the only time I would really recommend putting that into play.
And the beautiful thing, if we just look at this in a holistic way as well, this is already LifeWave showing us how to start building our legs so that they are a bit more balanced because of the requirements, that is the volumes that are required on each leg. So that already steers the ship in the right direction. And we're not setting ourselves up for failure necessarily. So that's also a beautiful way that they've now made it sustainable.
So now I'm going to talk about, you guys saw 2 weeks ago, I showed that picture of those arches in a church called a flying buttress. And this is where you guys probably thought, what on earth is Chris talking about flying buttresses?
We saw so many of those in Paris, right?
Yep, took quite a few photos of those. And it just shows, now you understand it,
yeah,
of how that structure holds things in place. Because you've got your 2 walls. So you've got your left leg and your right leg, and you've got the volume going down. So when you get to 1-star director, you got to do 5,000 points. The one leg needs to be 2,500. The other leg needs to be 2,500. That is to get you to that point. But you have to do the minimum of 1,000 points in that one leg and a minimum of 1,000 points in the other leg, and that other 1,000. So you can only use the maximum of 2,500. So let me reverse it a little bit. So you got 5,000 points. You might have the one leg. So let me put the mouse here. Okay. So there's your 5,000 that you have to do. 2 legs have to do 2,500 points. Now the one, let's say, does 10,000 points. You can only use up to 2,500 points on the leg. The other 2.5 needs to come from the other side, but a minimum of 1,000 points on the one leg, 1,000 on the other, and the other 1,000 is what we call your outside largest leg volume. Outside largest leg volume. Now, what does that mean? This is the flying buttresses. So these are cumulative of everybody else. I'll show it to you in the next diagram. But let me tell you what, let me show you what happens. Let me show you what happens when you become one-star director. Stay 7%, but your second level jumps up to 5%. And guess what? Third level kicks in. You might think 1%, really? Guys, that is where the duplication and the big numbers are. That's where it is the 1%.
There's more people on the third level.
More people on the third level.
Or the first level, yeah.
So here we go. Here's a diagram showing that. So here we've got your first level people. Then we've got your second level people. And then I needed to grab this little bar, just pull it a little bit lower down and include the third level people over here. Include the third level people. So don't worry, the next diagram, I was doing this later on this afternoon, semi-last minute, and I just needed to pull this bar a little bit lower down. So it's level 1, level 2, and level 3. So do 7% level 1, 5% level 2, and 1% on level 3. But the reason why I've shown a few more lines going down, so say, for example, here's person number 2, and they on your, just from a graphical point of view, say they're on your left leg, and they do a volume of 1,000 volume points over there. Then you've got the person over here on your right leg that's done 5,000 volume points. And as you know, you need to have 5,000 points, right? So you can use up to 2,500 there.
On number 2.
On number 2, you've got your minimum of 1,000 here, and you can have cumulative. This person, that person, that person, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and their teams, all cumulative to make that 1,000. And that's what makes you one-star director. Guys, I did not get in the beginning. Lucinda and I have been going through this back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. We even had, we asked Carvey, we asked George, we just wanted to make sure we completely get this.
And also to explain it correctly so that we could break it down and understand.
And guess what happens then? When you become 3-star manager, this is when binary bonuses kick in. Like I say, it's not cycles anymore. We're talking about volume-based, and you get 5% infinity payout levels on your weaker leg. So we can be talking about, guys, you sign up person 1, that signs up person 2, signs up person 3, 4, 5, 6. We're working with some people that are on our 50th, 60th level. That's how it goes down. And it's infinite going down 5%. So that's where we're going to be stopping tonight. Just explaining it in that way, just on the first 4 ranks, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star manager, and then getting to 1-star director. And here we go. Like I said to you, I was going to show everybody how you can already start to go and explore. Mm-hmm. Go into your back office tonight and you just log into your back office, and you've got the bar at the top there, and you go to the tab that says organization. And then what you do is the third one from the top is called Enroller Team Report. Click on Enroller Team Report. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you your structure. In other words, your front level people that you've personally signed up. Not going to show anybody else. It'll just show your front level people. It'll also tell you what leg they are on. Mm-hmm. It'll tell you what rank they're at, what status, what their PV is, how far they are. Are they active? If you see that little orange triangle, that means they've got like a week warning to make sure they are active. And the biggest thing that we're talking to a lot of people now is the power of the maintenance kits, which is something we'll do a separate training on. But maintenance kits are such an awesome kit that they have, because you can do a maintenance pack for 3 months or 6 months. You get the stock up front, and you don't have to ever worry about losing your points. That's the one way. Or the other way is just setting up your auto ship. Don't be scared about an auto ship. It's not like a debit order that you have in the bank. It's very different to that. It's only done on your back office. You set your auto ship, and say, for example, you got your auto ship set for the 3rd of every month. And then all of a sudden you're talking to somebody and somebody wants a sleeve of X39 and you need to purchase a product. So what you do is you do the purchase, let's call it on the 15th of July. You then go into your back office and you move your auto ship date from the 15th of July to the 15th of August. You just move it 31 days from the day that you place the order.
You have access to it. You've got complete control.
At any time, you can cancel it, stop it, move it, and just as one click, and that's it.
See it as your safety net. So anything can happen, because it's said many a times when we've been in the air and been in twice. Actually forgot that it's our day to place our order. We thought, we'll get to it. And had we not had the auto ship in place, just for the minimum order, we would have lost a lot of points.
And a lot of money. Yeah. So that's our safety net. All right. Then to see your binary tree viewer, you go to the same place in your back office. You go to organization. Then from organization, you go right down to the bottom. It's the 3rd one from the bottom. And it says binary tree viewer, and you click on that one, and there you'll actually be able to see your binary structure. And then what you want to do is, if you want to search for somebody in your structure, when you go to binary tree viewer, you go down to the bottom and there's like a little blank spot with a little magnifying glass,
the
search button, and you could type in the person's name, press the search button, and it'll find anybody within your structure. And then you click on the person's name, and it'll show you what their structure looks like. In other words, what's happening on their left leg, what's happening on their right leg, what their volumes are, all of that type of thing. So it's always quite nice to find out where, if somebody's contacted you and you want to try and find out who the first working upline is within your structure, that's a very nice, a nice thing to have in place to help you with that. There we go. And you just stop sharing screen.
And then another nice one that we didn't add on here, but we did speak about earlier, is to go and see what your GVU is. And that you would do by going into the back office under organization, under volumes, and then you scroll to the far end, left, right, and the column is there. Okay, so that's where you will see what your overall volume is at the moment. And through that, you can more or less determine where you will come in on which rank with the new compensation plan. Give and take, and a couple of changes, but that would give you an idea. So do go and explore a little bit there. Like I said earlier, the new calculation on the back office is going to do all of that for us and give us reports and everything that we will need to know where we're at, what we need to do, the figures, everything will be there. So that is also going to be phenomenal. And then just once again, also, as Chris was talking about some of the trainings tonight, Emily Barr's videos that she did at the Dallas Super Saturday on the 7th, they are all on YouTube now. The links were shared also in the groups. They are short little, I think the longest one was 25. Yeah. And she really breaks it down and she really simplifies it. There's even an example where she has a group of the corporate staff on stage and she does what we normally do, where we use human beings to explain things and say how the volume gets grouped together. So go through those, press the stop button if you need to just take it in and go through it again. It's really quite helpful. She really breaks it down and makes sense of it all. And then, like what we said before, the education tab in the back office, there's lots of videos there as well. Some of it is right up, so there's a question and answer one now as well that you can print out and you can go through all of that and you can really familiarize yourself with everything. Next week is the next corporate call for compensation plan. I think it's on Wednesday night, the 9th. There is also a link to a question, I won't say questionnaire, but a form where you can leave a question. So if any of you have a specific question that you want to send through, if you're not sure, they will be accumulating all these questions and formulating answers with relation to where they see there's a gap or need or something that they need to find a different way to explaining. So It's that call. And then, yes, we've heard between the grapevine and a birdie whispering here and there, it sounds like they will start rolling out. And this is if everything is in alignment and if everything for the back office is 100%. If anything is not where they want it to be, they will be pulling back. But it sounds like they'll be rolling out, going live the first week of August. And then remember, we still have the transition period. So that also is a time where we can adjust, where we can course correct, where we don't have to have full qualifications for certain ranks, and all of that is kind of come in. So, yeah, even that is so super exciting. I don't think there's any companies that ever have offered this for their team in the way that LifeWave is doing it for us. They really want to see that everything is rolled out 100%, that everything is streamlined, that us as brand partners feel comfortable and we know what to do, and it doesn't affect how we get paid. And if they see a glitch anywhere, they'll revert back to the current system and go back when they're ready. And all of that will be announced. So rest assured, you are in very good hands.
Let's just say I'm very impressed with Emily. Yeah. Looking at the way she was bouncing on that stage with the baby in her tummy, I was like, what? Oh my goodness. She's like, the baby's ready to pop out any minute and she's bouncing on that stage like anything. And I'm going, wow. So you're very, 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 very clever. And let me tell you, this has been so well thought out. And I was talking to somebody yesterday. Do you think there's any coincidence that this is all happening at the same time of something very exciting coming up at the end of the year? I mean, a year ago, Lifeway was talking about upping their production to like 1 billion, okay? Then suddenly, at the last convention in Dallas in October, there was Mickey Willis on the stage. Mickey Willis is the person, I can see Sandy nodding her head, yep, was on stage with David Schmidt. And Mickey Willis, he created those documentaries called The Plandemic and The Great Awakening that had 1 billion, more, it's like 1.5 billion views, 1.5 billion views. And they're collaborating. And David Schmidt, Mickey Willis are doing a documentary on LifeWave that is going to be, the premiere is going to be at our convention in California in October. Since all of that started happening, suddenly it's like, now we've got to jump the manufacturing to 4 billion. And I'm going, guys, that's a big jump, going from like 1 billion to 4 billion. That's like, wow, okay. So I'm thinking, okay.
An expansion on production, the manufacturing plant, all of that.
And then suddenly, all of a sudden, creating this compensation plan that is the most robust, exciting compensation plan that's ever been created in this industry before, 2 months before that movie is going to be launched. And I'm thinking to myself, now I see what is coming. Guys, I think we are ready for, I talk about that exponential growth curve. I mean, here we are, we're 2.5 years in, and I still feel like we haven't got started yet. It's like we haven't scraped the tip of the iceberg. I'm like, we're going, we got momentum, things are growing, but it's like we haven't hit that curve yet. And guess what? I think that's all going to start happening at the end of the year. So I'm just saying, guys, strap yourselves in, put those safety belts on, because the ride that is ahead of us is beyond exciting. That's all I can tell you. I'm not sleeping properly from excitement, really. Not even the silent night's working properly. Maybe I'll double patch silent night tonight. But this excitement is, oh man, I mean, it's excited my life. That's all I can tell you. So excited.
And we're all at the right place, the right product.
I tell you who I'd like to talk. Yes. I'm going to put Sandy on the spot. I've got to put Sandy on the spot tonight. The reason being is everybody knows Sandy Feast. Sandy Feast made senior presidential director in 22 months. We've known each other for, over 10 years. Lucinda's known Sandy as well for over 10 years. And we've walked a very long path together. And Sandy and Eric are basically our family. They are our family. And we absolutely love them to bits. And we just cannot wait to see you guys in the next couple of days. And Sandy is the person who explained binary to me many years ago. It was a different project we were doing. And, those of you guys that don't know, the first time I did network marketing, I was 22 years old in 1997, and I only did it for 3 or 4 years. And I went out of the industry for 20 years, 2 decades. And I only remember uni level. And then the first time I see this thing called binary, I just went, It's like Chinese. And Sandy is the person who actually took the time and the patience and sat down and sort of like what I did tonight, she just did it by hand and drew it. And she's the master, let me tell you, to explain binary. And I just want to say, Sandy, you understand the comp plans. We've been through a few things together. We've chatted a lot. What I went through tonight, did that make a bit of sense?
It absolutely does. I love this complaint. Thanks, Chris. I love complaints. To me, it's just pure logic. It really is. So there's nothing to fear. It's just see it in patterns, and I see it in patterns, and I love it. And for me, the easiest way to see the GVU of my downlines are to go to Enroller Team Report, go across to GVU, click on it, re-click on it, sort it from large to small, bang, and you've got, I call them lines, legs in binary lines, bang, and you've got it. And you can see the picture immediately. I've been going through that with some of my team to see where they land up. Assuming I assumed I was on the right track. I will double check when I'm with you. But to me, it's just logic. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's fun. And look at it as patterns.
Patterns. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a pattern. It's okay. It's great. It's fantastic. I am so excited, Chris. I really am. I feel like you. I really
Oh,
do.
thank you. Thank you for
And
that,
that's good
Sandy.
news. It's starting to roll, possibly beginning of August.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we will definitely make a plan to see if we can see each other in the next couple of days. We've been missing each other the whole time, and then we'll
Haven't
sit down and
seen
catch
them.
up. I know.
They haven't been around. I think I
Sandy
last
lives like
had,
2K. Sandy and Eric are 2Ks up the road from us. We haven't seen them for like a month.
I think I
Are you
had
going to
tea
catch up?
with you in December.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Have we had a dinner since then?
We did. We went to Mumu.
Then you
Yeah.
did South Africa, then you went to Dubai,
In between
White
that, we did
River,
Mumu.
poof,
We did
gone. Yeah,
Mumu.
once. Yes.
Once.
Here now for 4 weeks.
We
So
need
I'm sure.
happy with us, with the ribs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so
thank
much
you
for
for
that.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Pleasure,
Chris and Lucinda.
pleasure. Mr. George Kaduri from Mallorca, Spain. So nice to see you on the
Yeah,
call.
I'm by the sea. I just had a swim afterwards with you guys in freezing cold South Africa. The day after I arrived, I had to go and buy some fleeces. But now, since then, I was in London with Chris, and we actually were told at 8:15 in the morning that the corporate, we're going to have to run the corporate event. Way back, Chris, at the beginning of this, he said we're going to be in stages all over the world, and I think now we can't even count how many. This is really exciting, guys. Look, something that it's important. LiveWave have created this for us, and one of the things that Meredith said to us, which it really surprised me when we met with Meredith in Munich. She said, "I don't know how you guys made money with this old compensation plan." I thought that sounds pretty good. So, what they have created, we're visualizing at the moment, and you, Chris, and Lucinda, I think you did a great job transmitting. I think I was on a call where she explained from start to finish in 36 minutes. And it takes a little time to get it into your head. So, guys, it will for sure surprise us.
Yep.
It will do things that, even though we visualized it already, it'll do things where we're going to go, what happened there? This is exactly what happened to me at the beginning. And I would call up LifeWave and go, what happened? And they would explain it to me. And so if there are surprises, don't get what's the word? Your knickers in a twist is a British expression. Don't get worried about that. We'll just, as we go, we will be learning it, and thus we can teach it to everybody else. So I think that's something that I wanted to say. Otherwise, what else was, it was great to come and meet many of you who are on the call. We met in person, whether it was in Cape Town or in Johannesburg, and can't wait till the next time, really. And anybody who's coming to visit this island of Mallorca, I'll show you a good time.
Awesome. Oh, thank you, George.
Thanks, George.
Thank you for
thank
everything.
you.
Pleasure,
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you. I see that we have Mr. Javi Solis on the call. He doesn't even know that I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him to unmute, put his camera. He might be on another Zoom, so I'm just taking a chance here that Javi can actually hear us. Javi, can you hear us? Can you see us? We'd love you to say hello to everybody. Sometimes Javi pops in and then he's like he multitasks. I think he does like four Zooms at a time. And then sometimes he goes, sorry, Chris, I was on the Zoom and I didn't see you guys. Okay, so no, Javi's probably on another call.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we'll do is, as normal, we'll get the recording out. And...
Yeah, Chris, give me 1 second. I'm coming. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. Okay, don't go away, guys. Don't go away. But something we're going to be doing next week. We said to everybody that we're going to be doing a lot of compensation plan training from now till the next, up until everything switches over, which is the next basically 5 weeks, right? So I want to do something a little bit different next week, Thursday. Kind of like going a little bit back to basics. And let me tell you where I got the idea from. So we were in the UK for the event, and we were there with a lot of our brand partners. And Claudia came up to me. We all know who Claudia is. Claudia is the manager of the EMEA region, right? And Claudia came to me at lunchtime and said, Chris, I'm going to ask you something very strange. But we are short-staffed from a corporate point of view for what do you call it? For
the Madrid training.
For Madrid training. And it's just going to be George and Alex. And that's a lot for 2 people to do on their own. I know you guys have got plans, but can you, Lucinda, please go to Madrid? And I'm kind of going, like Madrid, really? I said, okay, Claudia, I tell you what, can we answer you at dinner? She said, yes. So now dinner comes. Now we've got Alex and Claudia, and they're both staring at Lucinda now. We're like a stare-down competition. And we're kind of going, guys, would you like to please come to Madrid? We're like, you know what? That's part of our giving back. Yes, we will. We'll go to Madrid. So we got on a plane. We got to Madrid. We got there on the Thursday, and then we set up for the full day. And
luckily,
then
we had our Schengen visas that were still valid.
We still had our Schengen visas. And then guess what? So we're getting ready for the full day training on comp plan and training and this and that. And Alex sends me a message at 8:30 on Saturday morning. Chris, I've got food poisoning. I'm stuck in bed. Can you please handle the full day training in Spain? And I'm going, really? Oh my. So I just put 2 Aeons on. And after 10 minutes, I was chill as a cucumber. And so we did everything. Everything was cool. The people loved it. So cute. You put these little gadgets in.
Because obviously now it's in Spanish. Right.
So we're talking in English in the microphone, but everybody's hearing it in Spanish. And then they talk in the microphone. We've got the microphone on, and they speaking Spanish, and we hear English. So it was quite a different little thing. So it was a bit out of our comfort zone. It was really good, but the people afterwards loved it. And then it was like I had to do Alex's 1-hour training that is on prospecting, contacting, and all of that. And I'd only watched him do it once. And now it's like, oh, I've got to present somebody else's material that I sort of watched with half an hour. I was every slide that came, I was like quickly reading it, going, turn around, and I've got to, train it like it's my own material. And I got to the point where it was personal contacts, and I said to everybody, when it comes to, and this is the module I want to do next week, so I'm not going to let the bunny out the hat.
Really powerful
But
training.
I just made a comment to the people. I said, guys, is anybody sitting here? Do you feel like you don't know enough people? Do you feel like you don't really know anybody? Please put your hands up. Oh, goodness, everybody put their hands up. And I'm kind of going, okay. I said, right, I tell you what I want everyone to do. Take your cell phones out. Men, take your cell phones out of your pocket. Ladies, take your cell phones out of your handbags. I want to see everybody. And I don't see you. Come, hand up. And I wanted to see everybody's cell phone. I said, guys, what I want you to do is open your cell phone and go to contacts. And if you've got a Android, there's those three little lines. Press on those three little lines and you go to contacts and have a look and see how many contacts you have, and do that with your Apple. And then I said, guys, who has got more contacts that they actually thought? We couldn't keep that room quiet for 2 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't realize how many contacts they had.
They didn't realize.
They all dropped a comment in Spanish.
I said, guys,
a lot of excitement.
Stop these funnels and TikToks and this and that and blah, blah, all that stuff. Please stop it.
Just get back to your
You can
list.
become a millionaire with what you have in your hand. You've got a name list that is worth gold. Stop that stuff. It's all right here at your fingertips.
10%
So,
people, right?
and that's the part that I get excited about.
Yes.
So
that's the training we'll do.
yeah, we're going to do that next week. So I can't wait for
How
Thursday. Yeah, can't wait for, I just need to let that out. So Thursday, that's on the cards. Get your pens and papers out ready because we're doing a bit of basics training. Okay, guys. Hey, I see Olga is there as well. Olga, Javi, hello, guys. So good to see you guys.
Hi, everyone. How is everyone
Hello.
doing today?
Good.
I'm waiting for a response from the whole team. Like, we're great. It's so good to see everyone. Go ahead, baby.
Okay. Listen, I enjoy seeing people lead, and we just stay quiet in the back end, and it's important to see leadership lead. You build the person will build the business. But I just want to piggyback on everything that Lucinda and Chris, great job, by the way.
Great job. Great job.
Outstanding
Thank you.
job. And this compensation is pretty much plug and play. And intentionality is what's important. You want to create that volume, be intentional. Okay, you have to be intentional. It's not going to happen on its own. This is now a performance-based compensation plan, which it should have been from day one.
Yeah.
Performance-based. It's called network marketing. Okay, we work. And everybody, you're on this call today because you want to work. We have been doing trainings with different leaders in this team on intentionality, how to create momentum. We've been doing that. We're doing the Sandy Fees group and Tanya's group. We've been feeding in to show people what it entails to create momentum. And we're doing the work too. Okay, we're on the phones all day. We're contacting, inviting. We are still doing the work because we have our targets also. Okay, the same way Chris and Lucinda has their targets, Sandy has a target, George has his targets. We have our targets too because we want to get to a certain place also. We're pivoting just like everybody else. Leaders don't make excuses, they pivot. Okay, so this compensation plan is going to be rewarding for people who want to pivot and be intentional. And you're here today because to learn about the compensation plan because you pivoted and you made your life the reason, not the excuse. So Chris has this gift of breaking these things down so elementary. I learned something too. Okay. And appreciate that because he takes the time to do it. Okay. Does he have to do it? No, you can go in your back office and click on the compensation plan button and learn it from corporate. Good luck. Have a nice day. Okay. But he actually takes it and he makes it so elementary that you can actually understand and grasp the information as why you say, let me go in and learn a little bit. And I congratulate everybody for doing that here too. So you guys are the movers and the shakers.
Oh yeah.
I congratulate you guys for being here, be intentional, make managers like it's going out of style. Don't change the behavior. Manager making machine still exists. Okay. The more managers you make, the more you're going to move up in the ranks and the more you're going to get the reward of the effort that you put in. There you go.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the compliment, Kavi. I really appreciate it so much. It's my passion. I've always been able to do that, and I love to do that. Is take something that is quite confusing. It takes me a
Yeah.
while. I've got to process it, and I do this type of stuff when I'm in the shower and sitting on the tubes, and it all just comes to me, and then I just think in 3D.
Creativity.
Yeah, I think in 3D, and then this is just the start. I'll put some beautiful stuff together for everybody, and so everyone can get it. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys in 5 weeks in
Yep.
Orlando, and yeah, give you guys extra hugs again. Can't wait.
So much fun,
Okay.
isn't it?
Oh, absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal. Guys, enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks, everyone.
And I will be putting a link tree together, all of the clips from the Super Saturday. I'm going to be putting them all into one link tree for everybody so that you
Easy
can have it with
reference.
one link. You click on it and they're all going to be there. All you have to do is just click where you want. I'll be doing that tomorrow. My eyes are a bit square today. If my eyes are a little bit red, that's because I've been stuck behind the screen all day. I'll do it tomorrow and then I'll send the link tree out. Guys, love you all. Have an awesome evening. See you all next week.
Bye.
Night,
Thank you
everybody.
so much, Chris and Lucinda. for being
Ah,
on.
Pleasure.
Pleasure,
Thank
Sandy.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can't wait for Mumu.
Yes.
Check out. I've got my little towel. I've got my little Mumu here. This is my little Mumu on the desk. This is what do you call it? From
Well, that one says
Chick-fil-A. This is from Chick-fil-A. So you get this from Chick-fil-A, and the chickens are saying,
kitties
the
meal.
cows are saying, eat more chicken. So the cows are going, don't eat us, eat the chickens. So I've got my little Mumu. So looking forward to seeing you guys there. Cool, guys. Awesome evening. Night, night. Bye.
Now everyone is going to come to me.